Greetings and welcome to Flesh Wound Horror Live. I am Flesh Wound Dan, joined as always by producer Todd.
Good evening.
Pugs Dread.
Namaste. Howdy.
And our returning special guest, Sean Donohue. Sean, how have you been?
How's it going? So good, man.
You've been busy since we last had you on.
When was I on last? You guys remember? I mean, was it October? I don't even remember.
September, October. Yeah.
September, I think. Yeah.
I just looked it up earlier. Yeah, actually it was August. August.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know. I think this is maybe my third or fourth time on the show, something like that.
Yeah, it's good to have you back.
Yeah, you're regular. Thank you.
No, and thanks for having me back. I really like your guys' show. You know, your ads that you make, you know, just your little opening sequence. I mean, you guys are awesome, man. I mean, some of these other podcast guys, just like, I don't know, it's like they're not even trying. But you know, I really like what you guys do.
Well,
watching the opening, I was like, we got to add some Discord in there.
Yeah, you know, I give you free reign. You can use my whole catalog, whatever you want.
All right, we got that recorded.
Yeah. I don't know what you could add from Discord service. But
yeah, we may have to go a different title out of the catalog.
Hey, we got the Oscars coming up. We do that Nicole Kidman video. I think we need some Discord service.
The Gatorblade version.
Yes,
the Gatorblade version of that.
Well, yeah, if we're on the Discord service thing, why don't we start with Hobocop? Because that's
absolutely
see it there. Hobocop is a Discord service story. So this is my Rogue One.
Yeah.
Nice,
Your Rogue One.
I know. Yeah, I know that I sent you one because Indiegogo kind of made a big crap, and your address was gone. So luckily I had your Facebook. I said, "Hey man, I need your address. I see that you buy one, but your address isn't there." I don't know what happened with Indiegogo. They totally shit the bed. I'll no longer be using them. And I'm not the only guy complaining about it. So I'm sorry that that's where it's at, but not interested anymore.
You know, it's actually kind of funny. Like I know that like right around the campaign with this one was right around the problems were starting, because I thought I wasn't going to be able to do it because I couldn't log into my account. Like no matter what I did, I couldn't log in just to pay for it. So I kept doing it. And then I was like, you know what? Sean normally extends them, so maybe I'll try it tomorrow, because it was literally the last day.
Because I was banking on doing that, and that wasn't even an option.
And then luckily, I somehow got it to log in finally, and I got it in literally. Like I probably was the last person to buy a copy because I got it in.
Not only do I not like the format, they changed the whole format around. They also like changed the way that you get your money. They're like, we'll get it to you in 6 months. I'm like, dude, I'm making a movie now. Like, I was like, look, I need my money now. I went to customer service and bitched them out, which, by the way, it was hard to even track down their customer service. And once I got my crap, I'm like, I'm out of here, man. Like, you guys can, I guarantee you they're going to have a lot of people drop off because the way they're
someone bought them, right? That's what happened. Someone bought them.
Yeah, it was a Polish company. They're called Game something. I don't even know. It was a foreign company. And, you know, why ruin something that's working? It's like, okay, this is working so good for so many people. Let's change it. And that's what they did. And I don't know what's going to happen. I can tell you I'm not interested. I don't know if other people are going to jump on it, though.
Yeah.
6 months is a long time. You're trying to get a movie made. That's,
you know, and I mean, you guys see how fast I make movies.
Yeah.
Like, I need my money right away because we're about to go do it.
Yeah.
You don't have time for 6 months.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's wild. But
yeah. So now I'm on Kickstarter, which they also have some problems too. So one of the things I don't like about Kickstarter, have any of you guys bought anything on Kickstarter?
It was a long ass time ago.
A long ass time ago.
I don't remember.
But I'm about to, because I
did the first Delta Pi campaign on Kickstarter in 2013. First time I ever did anything, and it worked out pretty good at the time. I want to say I was one of the first people kind of doing that, you know, for movies. Anyway, the way it's set up, and it's possibly something I did, I don't know because I'm new to it. If you were to go on my Kickstarter right now, and let's say you bought a Blu-ray, okay? Then the next day you're like, oh man, you know what? I think I want to buy a producer credit. If you buy that producer credit, it's going to get rid of the Blu-ray you bought. You can't buy two things at once.
Wow.
Yeah, you can't buy two things.
Huh.
I'm like, what? That's dumb. Like, So I looked at like who's donated and stuff. A lot of people have given me money and then tried to buy something else, and it just went away, and then they just canceled everything. So, and I don't blame them, because if I was in their shoes and I was having trouble, I'd be like, screw this dude. I'm not, I'm not doing that.
Like, I tried. My bad.
That's Dan to the T. That's how we would handle it.
Yeah, so it's going as good as it can. We're about 500 short of our goal. We got like 20 days. I'm confident we'll get there. We have to get there, because if we don't get the $500, then we don't get anything. But I'm feeling good about it. I mean, we're 90%
you'll get there.
There. It's going to happen. And I raised money privately too. It's getting harder to make movies as cheap as I make them. It gradually keeps getting more expensive, even though I do them pretty cheap. So, I did the private campaign thing, and we raised, a couple grand there, and then we got this, and that's our movie. We got everyone's cast. I got the locations, got all the crew on board. I know what I'm going to do. We just got to go do it.
And I just threw up the link right now, the QR code, if you guys want to do. We started off Hobocop, but we kind of went over.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
That's cool. Fault. We're good. We're good.
We can come back to Hobocop now.
We'll come back to Hobocop, but I do want to talk a little bit more about the campaign in Delta.
Yeah. Well, I mean, okay. So this is
the QR.
Delta Pi Part 2. Hold on a second. Let's get a prop here. So this is actually one of the first DVDs we ever made. It didn't have all the girls at Delta Pi are just rushing to die, because we actually burned these on my computer back in the day. There's no barcode. This is super early stages of movie making. And this movie really was like a sleeper hit for us, man. At one point, it was the top 25 selling DVDs in the country.
No shit. That's fucking cool.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. But now, I mean, for an indie movie with, no budget for something like that to happen, that doesn't happen anymore. We were in stores. I mean, who gets in stores now with anything? That's a really indie, director. I can't name a one. So I feel like I was the last of that kind of generation that could do something like that. I'm after the VHS era. I'm the next phase, but now, like, shit, I don't even know, what the future is now. I mean, physical media collectors are few and far in between. There's not a lot of money to make on streaming. The biggest amount of money I make for my movies is doing these campaigns, and that pretty much just pays for the movie. And then once that's done, there's not a whole lot of money that trickles in afterwards. So, some people might think, I'm making all these movies, I'm making, hand over fist. I'm not making a lot at all, and I see a lot of these filmmakers, they're losing money. Yeah. So I don't know what the future holds for indie filmmaking.
It's important to keep it alive. That's for sure. There's a lot of,
I agree.
I always say there's
the man is making it harder.
Yeah. Yeah, no, there's product and then there's film, and it's important we're getting ready to do our best of 2025. And, at least for me, a lot of those movies, my tops are not studio films. So it's important to keep the indies alive.
No, I mean, it seems like there's always people that find a way. I'm seeing new directors emerge, like, do you know AJ Chambers is?
Yes. Yeah.
He made, I think I might have it close. I hope I do. I don't. I don't know where it is. Oh, wait, here it is.
Right.
He made this movie called. He made this.
Oh yes, we loved those films.
Okay, so I blind bought this, and I wasn't expecting much, because I'll be honest with you, a lot of these indie movies I see, they don't put into it what I put into it. And this one had that. It had the TNA. It had ridiculousness. I'm like, finally, somebody got it right. This guy had balls. He did it. I hope he has a bright future. He seems like he's trying to do stuff. So that gives me hope that people are still trying to make trash.
Yeah, we were very impressed with that one. Yeah, we did, because there's two. That's the second in the series. Yeah, we were that second.
Yeah,
one.
I didn't even know that there was another one. Someone, one of my friends told me that one's better though. But I'd check out the other one.
I do agree with that, but definitely check out the first one if you can. I think you posted about it is what turned me on to it. I was like, okay, I got to find this now.
Yeah,
right.
and I wouldn't, you know, I can't tell you how many filmmakers, for some reason, they think I'm somebody, and they'll ask me, "Hey, man, post a good review about this, whatever." And I tell them, I was like, "Dude, if I like the movie, I'll talk. But I'm not. I can't be fake. I'm not going to just do that. You know, I wouldn't expect someone to do that for me. Odds are, if I don't like your movie, I'm probably not going to say anything.
Right. I got nothing as nice to say. Don't say anything at all. Yeah.
You know, but every once in a while, I'll hit an indie movie like Babezilla, and I'll be really impressed. Before that, I'd say the only one where I was like, "Whoa," was I feel like I have it close by. Maybe I don't. Was Nathan Rumler's Amityville Vibrator.
Oh yeah, we love that one.
Yeah, and again, like that came at a time when I was like, "Sleaze is dead." I was posting about it. I get this movie from Nathan, and I was like, "All right, you did it right." And I think those are the only 2 times in the past decade I've said that.
I think you got to get Mallory Maneater from that movie in one of your movies.
Maybe.
Yeah.
She kind of scared me a little bit because I looked her up and I saw some other videos. I was like, "Whoa!" It's like, okay, yep, I see what you're about.
They're definitely not on the mainstream side.
No. I don't know how Nathan came across her, hooked up with her, but good find. I'm glad she made it into the movie, and that's another masterpiece, man.
Yeah. No,
I've been getting so I saw Nathan at the last Cinema Wasteland. He's always there, and I get on a lot of these guys. I can't help it. I'm like, when's your next movie? You know, there's like about 4 or 5 filmmakers that you've heard of that are there, and they haven't made a movie in like 5 years. I'm like, guys, you're selling the same movies over and over every Wasteland. So I didn't say anything to Nathan, but he came up. He's like, "Hey, man, I'm getting ready to make my next movie." I was like, "All right, you know, finally. Like, what are you waiting for? You know, could be dead next week."
Was it the 6-month period? Is that how you went?
I don't know, but I think since I've started, I've made at least 1 movie a year, sometimes 2, and then sometimes help produce a couple other ones. I think 3 or 4 might be my record in a year, something like that.
That's a lot, man. Fucking A.
Well, with that being said, I mean, who am I to tell anyone how to do what they're doing? But I don't know. It seems like things can for it to happen, you know.
Yeah, can you say that again? You froze for me. I don't know if it froze for
everybody. I was just saying, it seems like a lot of things could happen for some of these other filmmakers, but it seems like they're just like waiting for the right, you know, moment to make a movie. And let me tell you what, there's never going to be a good condition to make a movie. There's always some. I mean, Delta Pi 2, I'm not going to tell you what's going on. There's things I'm putting out fires as they happen, and that's how you do it. And I've just gotten so used to it that it doesn't really faze me anymore, because I see some new people like, "Oh my God, we had an actor bail out." Guess what? I've had an actor bail out the day of the shoot. You know, you make a phone call, you get someone else in there. Someone will show up.
I've had an actor bail out when the movie was half shot, so I can sympathize.
Fatal Desires. I had that happen. You know, luckily it was one actress and one other actress. It wasn't a lot of people, so it was a little bit easier to put together. But you know, some of these people, that it seems like they're very selfish and they only care about themselves, and if it doesn't affect them, "Oh, I'm sorry, I can't make it." Blah blah blah. You know, not having it, man.
I need to know that before.
Like,
man. Fuck yeah. Like, you need that information before so you can plan around it in case. Like, come on.
You had the poster out and everything on that one.
Yeah. Anyway, back to, I guess, the Delta Pi campaign's still running. If you guys are interested, there's all kinds of perks. We got about 20 days left. It's on Kickstarter. Die Delta Pi 2, the burnt one. Rhonda Shear is in it, which is awesome.
Yes.
That's kind of a dream come true. I never thought I'd be working with her. I mean, you know, I watched her in the middle of the night when I was 13 years old, and never did I think I'd even meet her, you know.
I think we all grew up on
I saw your commercial you guys did on the
that
was cool.
We're getting on. Well, we might as well talk about her because we're on that. But she's been a Floridian, like, here and there. She has a studio down here, and she's been when I was running Tampa Bay Scream, she was a guest one year because I found out she lived here, and then she moved to, I believe, South Carolina for a while. So, you know, I didn't have her back. She was gone, and now she's back. Not only is she back, she's doing, you know, she's rebooting Up All Night, And that's really awesome. So I got to be on her Thanksgiving show and her Christmas show, which was really cool. So when I started talking to her, I thought I was going to go on the show as like an interview type situation with like kind of like what Joe Bob does when he has people on. So I was like, okay, cool. Then I get to talking to her assistant. They're like, okay, what's going to be your wardrobe? We'll talk about your character. I was like, whoa. I was like, what? She's like, yeah, you're going to be in the show as a character. I was like, well, I don't really act, or you want me to do that? They're like, yeah. I'm like, okay. So we came up with some stuff, and I'm an actor in the show, which is kind of fun because I don't get in front of the camera very often. I'm usually in the back, but I had a lot of fun. It was pretty easy, and got to be on Rhonda Shear's show.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I was so glad when she finally brought it back. I know there's been rumors over the years, and that was just a staple of my childhood. So many movies.
It just had its 37th birthday yesterday. It's 37 years old.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah, isn't that crazy how long ago that was?
I was going to forcibly just say in a row, but I kept it.
Yeah, no, it is awesome, and it's even more awesome for me. I mean, her studio is 30 minutes away from my house, so
oh wow.
She said she has plans on bringing me back, so I'm more than excited about that, and I'm excited to get to work with her in Die Day Delta Pi too.
Sweet,
going to be a part of that. So
that's very cool.
Awesome. So we did watch Hobocop.
Okay.
I loved it. I think I can speak for all of us because I know you.
It's a we.
Yeah,
it's definitely a we.
I'll allow you to use the we.
I can tell you guys, I don't like it.
You told us that.
You're your own worst critic, though. Yeah,
but
I mean, what do you mean you noticed that? Did I say something online or something?
You told us last time.
Yeah. Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, I don't like it. I want to like every movie I make, and I am my worst critic, but it wasn't doing it for me. It didn't feel like it went hard enough. It felt like the weakest installment in the Deathsquad series. It felt like the story was weak. It felt like the acting was weak. It felt like the effects were weak. I think it's the worst thing I've ever made, and I'm going to promote it and sell it, and people like it, great, but I didn't like it.
Well, we did.
Well, so there's an audience out there for it, so you would definitely get
I've gotten some reviews back, and it seems like people are, they're liking it, so I'm like, okay, I guess I did all right, but I don't know. It didn't work for me.
You got Bob Glazier and a bunch of beautiful ladies. What else could you possibly do?
I mean, yeah, but didn't you guys think the story was just kind of half-assed? Like, I don't know. Like, it felt good when I wrote it and when we executed it, and then when I watched it back, I'm like, what is this?
Do you think it's because you've grown out of that style of film?
I don't know. So one of my friends said that. He's like, so the story with this movie, we shot this movie in 2024. And it didn't come out until after Fatal Desires because we had a hurricane and Chris Woods couldn't edit it because his house got all messed up. So, I made Fatal Desires, and that one had a little more production value than a lot of my movies. So then, I had that in my head. And then I think I watch Hobocop, and I'm just like, I'm better than this, is my initial thinking. But I'm like, are all my movies like that before? Because I don't remember them being like that. Just, I don't know, not good. So maybe it's just me. Maybe I just can't think past it. But I've watched it a few times now. And I will say this, the more I watch it, the funnier it gets. So I'm like, well, maybe it's so bad it's good, which I'd actually prefer that. But I don't know. So bad it's good. That's hard to do.
If you want to take the angle, you can. But, dude, it's good. Like it, I had a ball watching
when the sound alike RoboCop music kicks in. I love it.
Right. Already certain things, I don't know. It felt like I wanted to do more RoboCop stuff, and we just couldn't because of the budget. But I also didn't want to rip off RoboCop too much because, it's not. But there's obviously homages to RoboCop, and there's, the thing is, Deathsquad Service is about a slasher killing prostitutes.
Right.
This is about a bum who becomes a cop. So even if I wanted it to go hard like Deathsquad Service, naturally it just couldn't. It's just not that story, So,
but it still gives us all those elements. I think that it's like we haven't got a Deathsquad Service in so long, and going back into that world was just such a good time for me.
Yes. I mean, I don't know if, only a really trained eye, you know, like Sushi's in it. So Sushi, Katie, they play the same characters that they play in Escort Service 2 because it's a prequel. You know, so they have the same names. You know, does it really match up with? I don't know, but that's what I was trying to do, and it just felt like I didn't do a good job of it.
We're already quoting it. Crack shot, more like crackhead.
Yeah, someone else. I don't even think that sounds good. Someone else said that back to me. I'm like, that's not funny.
It's fine, actually.
I don't know. I mean, I think every director is probably their own worst critic, but this is one of my least favorite movies that I've made, unfortunately.
Well, you guys out there watching, take it from us. We loved it. So.
Yeah, it's Flesh Wound approved.
And another unfortunate thing, this is the last Sleazebox Gatorblade collaboration because Sleazebox is RIP. Unfortunately.
Sadly, yes.
So, and that's another reason why we wanted to do it. Now there will be one more Sleazebox movie. I'm not a part of it, but it's Chris Wood's. You know, they made American Holocaust 2.
Yeah.
So hopefully that comes out later this year. And that's another one that was kind of waylaid for a while. So I'm excited to see that because I don't have any connection to it. So
I like the first one a lot, so I'm excited.
I like the first one a lot too. I think it's Chris Woods' best movie. You know, and that kind of put him on the map. Oddly enough, that came out the same time as Died at Delta Pi, and him and I were competitors at one point. We were like really, you know, we didn't dislike each other, but we were competitors. And there's some of the same actors and actresses in both those movies. And then, you know, I got to talking to him whenever that was at some local convention, and we talked about teaming up on something, and that's how Escort Service came to be. So, you know, and then the rest is history. I mean, I don't know. I made 6 or 7 movies with that guy.
Yeah,
I'm glad that happened.
Yeah. You know, I was proud of what we did. I'm glad it happened. Hopefully one day Chris Woods will come back in, but he's kind of retired from that at this point.
Yeah, I saw SRS Cinema was putting out some of the Sleazebox catalog.
Yeah, so his movies are going to get to breathe a new light. You know, they just put out Chaos AD, which I worked on. That's getting re-released. I think they're going to put out his whole catalog. So that's what he wanted. He's like, I want someone else to do it. I don't have to do anything. And he tried with a lot of companies. Everyone turned him down. And they were the only people that said, okay, we'll do it.
Yeah, hard enough, you'll find somebody.
So that's good. So I'm happy for him that, you know, the movies aren't, you know, buried.
Yeah, that's good. Hopefully, I'm sure SRS will keep them alive. And if you haven't experienced American Holocaust, go out there and check that one out. It's an experience.
Yeah, no, that's something. Trying to think I don't even know where you could buy a copy of that now. Eventually you'll be able to get it through SRS.
Yeah.
You know, unless you find one on eBay or something. I don't, you know, because Chris Woods' website is shut down, so I don't even know where you could buy it.
Yeah, we got a big order in before they went away to fill in some gaps. So
yeah, you know, and that was the problem. You know, it was costing him more to run his site than he was bringing in. So he's like, I'm just going to shut it down. You know, it just, you know, he had a little bit almost worse luck than I did. He got completely booted off of Indiegogo because of the title of his movie. You know, they thought it was something else. So he can't even run an Indiegogo or a Kickstarter because the credit card company Stripe has him flagged.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. So that you know, that's gone. His website was costing too much to run. He had a Vimeo channel where he had the movie streaming. That got shut down. Like, he just kept getting shut down left and right. And I don't blame him. He's like, you know, screw this, man. You know, I'm just doing what I love, and everyone's saying no. And you know, he threw in the towel. So I get it.
No, it's brutal. He doesn't deserve that. There should be some kind of
not, you know,
appeal.
And it hasn't been too much easier for me either. You know, I've had my own battles, you know, doing this. So I don't want to throw in the towel, but I'm trying the best I can.
Yeah, no, keep up the good fight. And shout out Swaggy, who contributed to Jacko 2 in the chat. Got the book.
Oh, cool. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. So we can talk about that now. So
yeah,
so for the people that don't know, Fred Olin Ray made a movie called Jacko I think in 1991. Don't quote me on that. 90s movie. He's the producer, writer of it. He didn't direct it. It's directed by Stephen Latshaw. And flash forward to now. I met Fred about 3 years ago at a con, got to chatting, hung out with him a few times. We had lunch. He said he wanted to get something going. I was like, great. So originally he wanted to do a whole nother movie, which I don't want to mention because I don't know if he wants that mentioned, but he was going to do something totally different. And then he calls me. He's like, hey, I'm switching gears here. I want to make Jacko 2. I'm like, okay. He's like, well, what do you think? I was like, honestly, Fred, I think people will just be interested and excited that you're making something. I don't know necessarily what it is. He's like, okay. So we ran the campaign for that, raised what we could, and we went out there and did it. And that was the beginning of December. It was a 7-day shoot. We shot for 4 days, off for 3, and then shot 3 more. Let me tell you what, man. I mean, my productions are balls to the wall, busy, but this one was on another level. Like, we had a lot to do in a short amount of time. A little bit bigger crew than what I'm used to. But we made it work, and I hope the movie, turns out good. It was an experience. Sybil Danning, really pleasure to work with her. Super nice lady. I'm glad she was a part of it. I'm glad I got to meet her. Really funny lady too. And then having sushi in it was great. I had several friends that got to work on it, playing extras and stuff. And it was good to have my friends around in the movie. So I don't know when it's coming out. I've kind of been chatting with Fred here and there. He'll send me some clips and pictures and stuff. But I'm assuming he's going to probably try to get it out before Halloween this year because that'd be the good time to push it.
That'd be
so
great.
I think it'll happen. I'm sure when it's ready to come out, I'll get a phone call or like, hey, we got to push this. So yeah, I mean that was pretty much it. It was making a movie.
We're very excited.
Do you have any questions about it or?
Yeah, I mean the first film had its 30th anniversary, I believe, a little while ago, and it's amazing just how popular that is. I know Retro Crypt in the chat considers it one of his favorite movies ever. So
yeah, it's got a following, and to be honest with you, it's not my favorite Fred movie, but a lot of people really like it, and I think that's why he wanted to, make it. It's got its own built-in following, and I think a lot of people will be excited to see it when it comes out.
It's a good example. You just never know. That movie, when it came out, I know the reviews were pretty savage, but then here we are.
I still have to hear the commentary on the Blu-ray. I've heard.
Oh yeah, that's the you get. Next, Dan brought up we do our best of every year, and we have the Shit Pickle Award named after the Jacko commentary for the Shit Pickle.
I think you guys actually told me about that.
Yeah.
So So oddly enough, Tampa Bay Screams a few years back. Fred was a guest as well as J.R. Bookwalter, and it was the launch of that movie on Blu-ray. So, I bought a copy. I watched it. I'll be honest with you, it wasn't really my thing, so I sold it. and I didn't watch it with the commentary. And little did I know, 3-4 years later, I'd be working on the sequel. If I would have known that, I would have kept it. So, I was at a convention last week, and this guy had a copy of it that he was selling, a used copy. I was like, and I told him, like, oh man, I just worked on the sequel, and I showed him some pictures on my phone. He's like, oh, that's so cool. I was like, well, what are you selling this for? And he's like, $60. I'm like, yeah, no thanks. Like, I just can't drop $60 on a Blu-ray. But I'll find one eventually. I'll eventually get to check it out. But I wish I hadn't sold my copy.
We'll keep our eyes out. I'm sure somebody out there's got.
I mean, I don't know what Fred's plan with part 2 is, but maybe he'll do it as a double feature and it'll have everything. I don't know.
That's somebody else we all grew up with, Fred Olin Ray. Yeah. I mean, that what is your favorite Fred Olin Ray movie?
Oh, I mean, Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers.
Oh, okay, yeah,
that's hard to beat that.
Well, yeah, I do like a lot of his stuff. I really like this movie called Deep Space. Have you guys ever seen that?
Yeah, one? Actually, one of his more
I don't know if it's one of his more popular ones, but I like that one. I like Charles Napier, and I have a loose connection to it. The one of the special effects artists that worked on that movie is who taught me how to do special effects. I met him at Busch Gardens. His name, he's uncredited because he worked for a company and the company got credited, but his name's James Vale. And he told me stories about that set and other things he worked on. And little did I know, 10, 15 years later, I'd be working with Fred. And I told him about it. I was like, hey, man, I'm going to be working with Fred on this movie. He's like, oh, that's cool. He's like, yeah, we did Deep Space back in 89 or 90, whenever that came out. So that's probably my second favorite, Fred Olen Ray. But I like his early stuff too, like Alien Dead and Biohazard. Scalps is good.
Yeah.
Bikini Drive-In. I mean, I like a lot of his stuff. I mean, the guy's made 150 movies. I can't name them all.
Yeah.
Yeah, and pro wrestler, and he
managed. I forgot about that. Yeah, no, he's lived a life. I think we might have talked about it. If you haven't read his book's really awesome.
Yes, the book. Yeah. I will say for anybody out there who doesn't have Fred Olen Ray's book, get it.
It was very insightful, very what's the word? Motivating, for me. And I'm glad I read it, and it's a good story, and it was interesting. Like I said, it's still can't believe I just worked on a movie with that guy, I'm excited. I'm excited for it when it comes out.
We're very excited as well. It's always amazing looking at his IMDb and seeing, like, man, you did a disaster movie, a family Christmas comedy.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, he's one director. I don't think there's a genre he hasn't done. Like, and I don't know that you could say that about too many other directors.
No, maybe Jess Franco, but there's not a lot.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think that guy made as many movies as Fred.
No, it's hard to top Fred Olen Ray. I mean, and like I said, just same year.
Even Jim Wynorski, I don't think he's made as many movies as Fred either. And they're about the same. Came out around the same time.
Well, I mean, Fred's still going like a lot stronger than Jim is too at this point.
Yeah, I think Jim is real. I haven't seen much of anything come out from that guy in a while, to be honest with you. I don't know what his story is exactly.
I think the last one was that Sharkansas women's prison.
Okay, I mean that's what 10, 15 years ago. That movie made me angry.
Yeah. Okay, you're not
missing.
Yeah, no, I buy this movie. I mean, here and look, I'll attest to this. I have the same problem. I buy this movie. It's got hot chicks on the cover. It looks like a Jim Wynorski movie. It's got his name on it. Okay, I know what I'm going to do. I get home, and I don't get what I wanted, And that's the problem that even I would have. If I were to make a movie like that, people were like, So, unfortunately, directors like me, people expect a certain element, which the sucky part is that's what I have to do all the time. And not that I don't enjoy making movies like that, and I absolutely do, but I like variety. I like to change it up, and I've done that a little bit. And it seems when I do that, people don't care as much, and I realize that. So, now I mean, it's so hard to, again, like I was saying earlier, raise money for these things and do what works. Like I have to do what works, or I can't do anything. It's just not going to work. I already have after Delta Pi 2, I'm going to be working on. I'm already starting to write it. It's called Spring Break Skunk Ape. I shared teaser art like a week or so ago.
Yeah, I saw you post that.
It's gonna have everything you guys would want. So that's what I'm doing after Delta Pi.
I will have to get you in touch with somebody in the cryptid world that I think will promote the hell out of that.
Yeah, I mean, Swamp Woman, that's a made up character. This is, I'm, making a movie about a, Bigfoot or whatever. So I've never really done anything like that before, but I think I got an interesting story to tell. I've already got some people on board. Sushi's going to be the Bigfoot hunter.
Oh, nice.
And her sidekick is going to be Lunafist from Swamp Woman. So it's like the Swamp Woman team playing different characters, basically.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah,
very
so
cool.
that's kind of the plan for that one.
I'm excited.
But right now, I got to get through Delta Pi 2 before anything else can happen.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. I remember reviewing it way back in the day, and we're a fan of all of your movies. And is there anything else you've made that you're considering a sequel to at this point?
No, I mean, Delta Pi, will I make part 3? It's maybe. I mean, this is 13 years later. We're making the sequel, and the funny thing is, because that movie did so well, we were trying to make a sequel directly after that. There's actually been 2 other scripts besides my new one that were created for it, and it just wasn't working out. One thing or another, just it didn't happen. So both Chris Lato and I, we obviously moved on to other things and did other things, but this time around, we sat down. We came up with a story, and it was like this is what we wanted to do. And I'm happy with the story I was able to create. I was excited about it, and I hope people like it. But as far as a sequel to anything else I've made, I can't think of it. I mean, Discord Service, we've obviously made sequels to that. Blood, Guts, and Sunshine had a sequel. Delta Pi is about to have a sequel. I can't think of anything that I've made that would really be sequel worthy. I mean, Cannibal Clause 2 would be cool, but I mean, Bob's getting really old, man.
Yeah.
He's talked about it. He wanted it. We kind of talked about it for a little bit, but I don't know where I'd even go with that one. It's just he's eating people again. I don't know. I thought about making a movie. It's just an hour and a half of Bob's dick, and it's like it's talking to itself. It's like different angles.
Those penis plays? Hell yeah, do it.
Insert it into.
We didn't do that. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I have anything. Swamp Woman. I mean, there's been talk that's sequel worthy. Swamp Woman it's just a hard movie to make. It's sushi in that makeup. Yeah, and she's fully nude when she does it, and I hate to break it to you guys, there's no money in nudity anymore on my end. Yeah, that is a money killer.
Yeah,
because that movie can't get on certain streaming platforms. So that was a drawback, and that's like I don't want to make a movie that's going to just it's just the way things are now.
Yeah, it sucks that people are so strange about nudity these days. I just don't get it. It's
that used to be the answer. It's like you want a successful movie, throw more of that in. Now it's like you want a successful movie, don't even do it.
Yeah.
You brought up the Bigfoot. I know Jim Warnowski did that Bigfoot or Bust also after Shark Kansas, and that one was like confusing because it was another nudity free one. But he explained that streaming was the reason.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
And unfortunately that's where the money is. I mean, like I said, the most money I make on a movie is doing these Indiegogos, and that pretty much just pays for the movie. And then after that, it's nickels and dimes that trickle in. Me going to cons, selling a copy here and there. It's not enough to really sustain anything. So if I am going to have a movie on streaming, I want it to make as much money as possible, and the answer to that is have as little nudity as possible.
Otherwise, you're just on Troma Now.
Yeah, I mean, my sleazy stuff is on Troma Now,
exactly.
And no offense to them, but yeah, I mean those checks. I mean, you want to look at something scary, but I like that it's available somewhere, and they're the only people that will have it. So, a funny story about that: they had Cannibal Clause, and that movie got punted off. And I actually made an ad over Christmas. I was like, too sleazy for Troma Now,
I saw that.
and I'm just thinking, why is that one banned, but Discord Service isn't? Like, it doesn't even make sense.
Now, I know because I've done some streaming with it's not myself, but like another company, and they said like it's their streaming. Like they're not like most, I don't know if Troma's doing it all in house, but I'm assuming they're going through someone else. And they're the ones who are saying you can't do that.
I don't want to speak for them, but like most companies, they're going, they're like a middleman. Like my stuff that's on streaming, I'm not just putting it on Tubi.
Right.
I'm going through a guy, then he's going through another guy, and then they're going through Tubi. And again, that's why there's so little money to make back, because you got people taking a slice before you even get what's yours.
And they're giving you guys.
Yeah, I don't think Troma Now is, directly just, hey, here we are. I think he's going through a middleman too.
Yeah, I think you just are lucky on the other ones that they haven't said no. That's got to go.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think you're right. I think they just haven't, come across it, but they possibly watched Cannibal Clause. They're like, what is this crap? And got rid of it.
Yeah, because I agree. I don't think it's any worse than some of the deaths.
No, it's not. You know, it's maybe even better. I don't know, but I can't. Maybe because it's Christmas themed. I don't know.
You know, that could very well be it.
But yeah, that one got kicked off of Troma now. You can still buy DVD copies of it on Amazon, so it's available like that. And then I have copies. The Blu-ray is only available through me. But you know what? The good thing about Cannibal Claus, that movie every year, someone new discovers it, and then it opens up their world to my entire catalog. And that's not something that I like expected with that movie, but I'm thankful that I have that with that movie. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's good to have a gateway one.
Yeah. So that's my gateway movie is Cannibal Claus.
I love Cannibal Claus. We had a question in Discord, and I can't remember if you answered this last time, but how did you come to meet Bob Glazier? Did he come in for an audition or?
Sort of. So the first time I worked with Bob Glazier was on a Chris Lato movie called Rough Cut, which we made in, I think, 2012. It was right before Died at Delta Pi, after Joe Vampire, before Died at Delta Pi. And Chris Lato was doing a casting call or whatever. And we had seen people all day. Bob Glazier walks in. So one of the parts we were looking for was a bum. This old man comes in, dirty hat, dirty hands, you know, pretty much his Hobocop outfit. And Chris Lato's like, man, you can't be here. You got to get out of here. Like, this isn't a shelter. And he like puts his hand out like he's begging for money. And Chris is like, no, man, we're not doing that. And he's like, I'm an actor. I'm trying out for the bum. And he's like, oh my God. He's like, you got the part. So he did it like this. I was like, this is amazing. And it turns out he had done a lot of other stuff in Tampa. He was like a Tampa staple before I even got to know him. So in this movie Rough Cut, which needs me and Lato might do a wider release of that this year. We were talking about it. He plays a bum and he gets in a bum fight with another bum. The other bum is Joel Wynkoop, which we already knew. So we go to this downtown area in this alleyway, and we stage a bum fight. Okay, so I got fake blood. I'm splashing it on them as they're duking it out or whatever. By the end of the scene, they're both all dirty and covered in blood, and this lady walks by. And she thinks that we're making like one of those bum fights.
Oh yeah.
You guys should be ashamed of yourself. Like, you can't exploit. We're just like, no, this is fake, and she didn't believe us at all.
It's a work.
And she watched for a while, and she just went away. I'm like, guys, just keep acting. Come on, whatever. So we keep it
in the scene.
so Joel Wynkoop is like covered in fake blood. And we're near this bar, and he walks in this bar asking if he can use the bathroom. And they're like, get out of here. Like, what are you doing? Like, I mean, I don't think he was thinking, how he looked.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he's covered in fake blood. He's wearing dirty clothes. I mean, I would have kicked him out, too. They don't, you look, insane. So
the man looks like he needs help.
So we finish the shoot. We wrap up. Everyone goes their separate ways. I decided to go to McDonald's. It's late at night. I'm hungry. They're like 24-hour McDonald's. I see Wynkoop leaving the drive-thru. Like, he got drive-thru as he's, is this dirty bum? And I'm like, that's awesome, Joel. I don't think he cared. He was like, whatever. I know it's fake. Yeah, Bob Glazier, I met him on the set of Rough Cut. And, he played a bum. And he was a great bum. That was kind of his shtick for a while. He's a bum in, like, 20 different movies.
He's doing the George Buck Flower.
That's what I was gonna say.
And I mean, he's a bum in Zed's Dead. He plays a bum for me. I mean, Hobocop, he's a bum. The Death Escort Service movies, he's a bum. Like, he shines well as a bum.
And he's gotten to do some pretty wild stuff on camera. So
oh yeah, I mean, one thing I will say about Hobocop, Bob looked the part. He looked great.
Yeah,
he's got that scraggly beard and the dirty clothes, and I can't think of a better bum than Bob Glazier. Buck Flower's pretty good. I mean, You know,
if only those two could have shared the screen as a pair.
That would
that is a funny
movie.
I kind of want to see Bob in the Back to the Future spot now on the bench.
Yeah, you know, I mean, they seem like a reason that they're going to make a part 4, and I never know if it's AI or if it's fake or not. You know, but I'd like to see a Back to the Future 4.
Yeah, Bum Dick needs to be in the next.
Great Scott, why is his cock out?
I mean, those guys are getting really old. I mean, they'd almost have to like pass the buck to like a new team or something. You know, kind of like what they did with the newest installment of Ghostbusters, something like that. Because I mean, Michael J. Fox, I know he couldn't handle it, and I mean, Christopher Lloyd's getting really old. I keep seeing him pop up though, man. He was just in something I saw that was newer.
Yeah,
he's still doing it.
Nobody, right? No.
Yeah, I don't know what I saw.
Nobody.
Oh yeah, he was in Nobody. Those action.
Yes,
movies.
Nobody. But even past that, something more recent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I feel like I just saw him in something.
Yeah, no, I love Bob Glazier, and if you guys out there are unfamiliar with them, check out these movies. I mean, just not many actors would do some of this stuff.
No, I don't know one, man. Some of the stuff he does. Oh, so Bob Glazier will be in Die Delta Pi too.
Oh,
great.
Well, he's in the original. He's got a small part. He plays a paramedic.
Mm-hmm.
So he's coming back as a paramedic for this one. You know, in reality, like a person that old would probably be retired. I think I wrote it. We kind of joke about it in the script. But yeah, he'll be in. We got 2 returning actors. We got Bob Glazier and Cindy Kratz, who was in the original Delta Pi, which I haven't worked with her since that movie. You know, she did that one thing for me, and moved on to other stuff. She was shocked and surprised when I called her. I was like, "You still ag? You want to?" She's like, "Yeah, I want to do it." So I was happy to get her back on board.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome. What else do you have on the horizon?
Well, like I said, that Spring Break Skunk Ape. Spring Break Skunk Ape. I'm starting to write that. Fatal Desires is supposed to hit streaming this month.
Oh, great.
So we had some issues with the cover art. They said it was too much nipple, which there are no nipples in the cover art.
I was going to say, what nipple?
Well, it's all like they're in underwater. You don't see anything, but they didn't like the cover art. Again, a problem with the nudity. So good news is it was reworked and the wheels are in motion. So that should be hitting streaming soon. So I'm curious to see how that does, on streaming. I've got high hopes for it. It's done really well in physical. I cannot keep that movie in stock, dude. I get them in and they fly out. Like I haven't had that happen to me in a long time. So
it's great.
I'm glad I made that movie.
So are you saying Fatal Desires too?
So yeah, so that's a possible on the horizon. And I've got a basic storyline for that. But again, I want to see how it does on streaming, and if it's worth it, then then I'll get to writing that one.
I think erotic thrillers are kind of on the verge of another boom again. Because
I hope so, man.
Yeah.
The
Housemaid made money.
I saw Housemaid today. I really like that.
Yeah.
Oh,
awesome.
yeah.
I'm glad. I am a Sydney Sweeney guy. Like that was bloodier and sexier than I thought it was going to be, and I thought it was going to be awesome. So
yeah, I don't want to give it away, but I was not expecting the twist.
Yeah, same.
That was a lot better movie than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah,
there's a whole book series, and apparently it gets crazier.
Yeah, when I was buying a ticket today, the girl selling me the ticket was like, "I don't want to watch it yet because I haven't read the book." So I was like, "I didn't even know it was a book."
I think the female appeal of these erotic thrillers too, like a lot of women like those movies, and I don't think people realize how much
they were screaming for the nudity on my screen opening night. So maybe nudity will come back into flavor.
It needs to make it come.
I hope so. I mean, because that's kind of my bread and butter. But
that's what we know.
I've noticed it's coming back in more prestige pictures now. Like, okay, we're gonna do something but exploitation nudity, they're like, oh no, we can't touch that.
So me and my partner in crime, Slato, have talked about that. We're seeing more nudity on a Hollywood level, but as you just said, guys like me try and do it, like, no. And I'm like, it's like, well, why not?
Yeah, it's strange.
I don't know who's writing the law on this.
Yeah, like something which I love. I love Ugly Stepsister. It's Norwegian, but that has some borderline pornographic shots in it. It's a great movie.
Again, those are movies with higher production value. Like a movie like Hobocop, where it's shot on video, low quality, like that stuff gets frowned upon, man.
Yeah.
It's like I've made a porno, is the way they look at it. And that's just how society views that stuff, man.
Yeah, but hopefully it does come back around.
Society's wrong, so
if you well, on the cryptid subject, Hunter Shea, you got to read some of his stuff because he's sort of like the go-to, like the cryptid guy. Amazing stuff out there. But I am very eager to check that out because there's actually, and I should say it's not porn, but it's called Cocksucker, and it's about skunk apes. From Lucas Milliron. Anybody out there wants a skunk ape story? It's about a bisexual skunk ape that goes on a rampage.
Interesting.
As he yawns, so that's okay.
This is late night for me, man. I'm in bed by like no, but I'm excited to do that when we get to it. But a lot of it, it depends on my supporters and my fans, man. Like I don't know if people realize how much I really rely on them. There's not anyone else funding this but them, So if I come up with an idea and write a script and I put it out there and it doesn't get attention, it's not going to happen. And I've had some movies that I did and they didn't happen. Naked Cannibal Campers 2, that didn't happen. Toilet Shark, I tried to make that didn't happen. It just didn't get enough appeal, unfortunately.
Let's circle back around to that later. Don't give up on fucking Toilet Shark, please.
Well, the story, I'm going to be honest with you, I have given up on Toilet Shark. The story with that one is I actually went to the extent of having a shark created for Toilet Shark. Oh. And when the movie failed, I'm stuck with this shark that I paid to have made. And Maddie Deering bought that from me, and it's the shark in Bathtub Shark Attack.
Okay.
Yeah, so
a little more room in the bathtub.
That shark's already been out there, so I don't see myself revisiting Toilet Shark. Unfortunately,
I would think shark movies would be like, there's so many of them that they just would be the easiest thing.
Well, again, like I try to jump on that bus. Like anytime I try to jump on the money bus, that's when I fail. Like my movie Dead Residents, someone told me that, you need to make a found footage movie. Those make a lot of money. That's probably made the least amount of money out of any of my movies. Oh. Oh, wow. So I try not to follow the trend because it's always wrong. Like, yeah, you should make that.
Yeah.
And I wish I didn't make Dead Residents because at the time it was either Dead Residents or Descord Service 4. And I had a story and everything. And we even made a trailer for it. I think it's on the box set. And I chose to make Dead Residents. And now Descord Service 4 won't happen because a lot of that storyline either made it into Hobocop or a movie that I wrote and I didn't make called Hellfire. Like it kind of got cannibalized in other movies. So there's no point to making Descord Service. It was called Descord Service Part 4, Hookers and Blow.
Oh.
And you got to see a little bit of that in Hobocop, but I wish we had made it. Looking back now, I wish I had made that instead.
Well, we're glad you made Hobocop. It's great. We hope you guys out there check it out. And
seriously, I hope you start to like it more. Don't be that hard on yourself. It is very enjoyable, man.
I don't know.
It's funny. I was looking at this today, and I might have you signed this one somewhere too, I'm assuming. Yeah. But I think I might have more signed. You and Lloyd Kaufman probably have the most signatures on stuff I've so.
Yeah, Lloyd's in it. I forgot
he does pop
makes an appearance. Yeah. He's in that and Swamp Woman, basically playing the same character. He's my news anchor. He's news anchor Kaufman. I think he was a little drunk when he did that. Like his tie is like half done. Like it seemed like they just caught him off guard. They're like, gave him a microphone. It's like, okay, Lloyd, go. And he has I gave him a small little script to work off of. and he kind of went off on a tangent, and we had to cut some of it out because it was a little much. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
I'm like, I try to push the edge, but this was like a little, I had to cut it out. I'm like, I can't do that.
That's funny. Sean Carver, I discovered Sean and his films a year ago, and I have been supporting his crowdfunding films.
Great, man. He used to do a podcast.
Yeah.
Well, awesome.
Yeah, he's another awesome exploitation filmmaker.
Oh, it's great. A lot in the chat. I know we got Pitt from Christmas Cruelty in the chat.
Yeah, what's up, Pitt?
Everybody's showing up.
That's one you should check out if you haven't seen it. Christmas Cruelty.
Yeah, man, that movie's hardcore, man.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to own a Blu-ray of it, and then it stopped working. I don't know what happened. I got to buy it again. It was one that he put out, not the Unearthed films.
Oh, well, if you get the Unearthed one, Dan, go ahead.
Oh yeah, we're in the documentary.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah.
There's a really good doc on that. I always tell people it's not just about Christmas Cruelty. It's about Pitt and Raymond's journey to America, and it's very, very good. Worth putting out separately.
Yeah, I need to pick that up, man. Because like I said, the Blu-ray that I had, it stopped working. I threw it away. Like it wouldn't play on anything. I'm like, something wrong. It was a burn copy.
Right.
But I don't know. It stopped working.
Yeah, but it's been great having you back. Is there anything you would like to promote before we let you go?
No, I think we talked about it all. We talked about Hobocop. We talked about Delta Pi 2.
Which you can scan the QR code on the screen right now to get to
there. It is. I mean, that's what's going on right now. We talked about what I'm doing in the future, what I did in the past. I think we're all up to date on everything, guys.
Awesome. And Jacko too, also the John Carradine, decades after his death, I believe I saw is still in that. So that's pretty freaking cool too. So
yeah, that is pretty interesting.
So Sean, thank you so much for joining us. And guys, if you haven't discovered Sean's films, support independent filmmaking. You make great stuff, including Hobocop.
Buy Hobocop, even if I don't like it.
Yes,
we all. It's Fleshman approved.
3 out of 4 here like it, and one of them made it, so a little harder. It's great.
There you go.
What's your friend that does your show sometimes? He's not really a fan of mine. Like he didn't like Swamp Woman.
That's our Kruger.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
want you to let him watch Hobocop, and I kind of hope he doesn't like it.
It would still
then it'll make sense to me. It's like, okay, I guess I mean, I don't know what that guy's taste is though. He's kind of hard to read.
Lots of gore, and you're good.
Yeah, see, I mean, that's why I kind of like that crowd that is like the straight gore crowd. Even though my movies have gore, like that's not my shtick though. Like I'm not the gore guy.
Right.
Yeah.
So I could see why you might not dig some of my stuff. But I think if he was to like something, probably Escort Service would be the best thing.
And I think it has the type of girls he likes in that too. So that's going to always help.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to see what he thinks of that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But Sean, thank you so much. Chat, thank you for joining us. And yes, scan this QR code, support independent film, and we will see you guys back here for our best of 2025. So come check us out. Later, guys.
Good night.
I'll see you in Disneyland.